Hello everybody, my name is Star Wars Boy, how are you? And welcome back to the channel for a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video, as many have requested, we're going to be doing a class guide on the Aerials and the First Order Jet Trooper. Now, the reason I say the First Order Jet Trooper separately is because he is completely different than the rest of the Aerials, and so it's pretty fitting just to leave him out of the rest, however keep him in the same video. We're going to be first going over each Aerial and their weapons, star cards, and then moving on to the First Order Jet Trooper. Before I start the video, I just want to let you guys know that only a small percentage of viewers are actually subscribed, so please subscribe. It helps out the channel and it's completely free. Also, thank you guys so much for 1,100 subscribers. Last week, the two videos I recorded were recorded in advance, and I did not know that we hit 1,000, which is why I didn't mention it in the video. However, I'm mentioning it now, so thank you guys so much. It means a lot. Anyways, let's get started. Now, one thing to start off with is that every single aerial class in the game has the same health and same battle point cost except the First Order Jet Trooper. These are the 5 aerials that are almost exactly the same in every way, and the only difference is their blasters. Taking a look at their blasters, the Republican's blaster has pretty good damage, coming in at 45 to 10. The DPS is 225 to 50 and has a really good range of 30 to 48 meters. The overheat is lower than most, coming in at 20 shots. The Super Battle Droid Aerial has a damage per hit of 43 to 24 with a DPS of 215 to 120. The range is for 20 to 40 meters and has an overheat of 25 shots. Now, the Empire and Rebel Aerials both have the same exact stats, so if you think one is better than another, it's just in your head. The damage per hit for both of them is 45 to 21, and they have a DPS of 225 to 105. The range of their blasters is 30 to 40, and they have an overheat of 25 shots. Again, the only thing that's different is their weapon skins. The Resistance Aerial has a damage per hit of 65 to 39, higher than all others. The DPS is 225 to 105, and the range is 30 to 40 meters with an overheat of 25 shots. Now, the one ability I'm going to touch on is their rocket launcher, which for most has a 25-second cooldown and for others has a 30-second cooldown. The rocket launcher fires an explosive projectile dealing 50 plus 200 damage. As for the probes, it has great damage, however it does have a really long cooldown. This is probably the biggest upside to the aerial, apart from them having a jetpack. The best thing to ever do is just run around with that jetpack flying around and using that rocket launcher, as it's really satisfying. Now, since all the aerial classes I mentioned here are the same, I'm going to be recommending the same star cards for each of them. The first one being Aerial Training. You gain a small amount of health for each defeated enemy, from 13 health to 50 health with a maxed out star card. Now, the Aerials only have 200 health without star cards, so getting one simple kill is gonna regenerate 1/4 of your health, which is really good for these guys, as they're really mobile, and being able to get your health back up really fast is going to help you a lot in your gameplay, as these guys are pretty fast paced. The next card is of course Battle Hardened, which increases the health from 5% to 20% with a maxed out star card. I don't understand why anyone would not use this card. I mean, it's just extra health, and for a class that only has 200 health, they really need it, and it's going to help a lot. The final card I'm going to recommend is called Acquisition. Enemies dealing damage to you will be temporarily marked for an easier retaliation, from 16 seconds to 22 seconds with a maxed out star card. The Aerials have a very big advantage because they can move around really quickly and are pretty aggressive, so if someone is shooting at you, it's really easy to retaliate back, as most of these Aerials have a pretty good ranged blaster and can deal damage at longer ranges, so this card will not hurt to use. Now, moving on to the chat of Aerials, we have the First Order Jet Trooper, who costs an additional 500 battle points. However, it's pretty fair because these guys are so much better than the other Aerials. They do have the same health and same health regain. However, their blaster is the G125 launcher. The damage per hit is 20-5 with a plus 20 of explosive damage, and the DPS is 166 to 104. The range is 20 to 40 meters, and the overheat is 25 shots, putting it at similar statistics to the other aerials. Their L1 ability is called Jetpack and has a 7-second cooldown. The First Order Jet Trooper's advanced jetpack that enables flight while spending fuel. Its hover mode is activated by aiming down the sight of the blaster while in air. Now, depending on the circumstances, the duration is 6 to 12 seconds of flight. As for the pros, the ADS allows hover mode, which allows you to shoot down anyone below you. It also has great movement, surpassing the Aerial's jetpack and being as good as Boba Fett's jetpack. However, hover mode does leave you pretty exposed as you're literally hovering over the ground in one spot, so it's going to be really easy to take damage while playing as these guys. Their R1 ability is called Tri-Barrel Launcher and has no cooldown whatsoever. It reconfigures the blaster to fire from a tri-barreled projectile launcher at the expense of increased heat buildup. The damage is 70, meaning that you're going to have to fire 3 shots to one-hit 3 out of the 4 classes. As for the pros, it has great damage, no cooldown, and has a really good blast radius. However, it does have a long heat penalty for firing 3 shots. A little tip while using this ability is to only fire 2 shots and then manually reload, as it's going to be a lot faster than firing 3. Their R1 ability is called Jetpack Tackle and has a 32-second cooldown. The First Order Jet Trooper charges forward along the ground and slams into the enemy and knocks them off their feet. The damage is 150, being able to one-hit 3 out of the 4 classes. As for the pros, it does knock down enemies and has a pretty long cooldown as a con. Honestly, this jet tackle leaves you pretty exposed. I never really use it for offensive, I just use it to get to the objective, and I think that's a much better use, as if you're using it offensively, 32 seconds is a really long time to wait just to use this ability. Half the time it doesn't even work, so I really don't recommend using it as an offensive ability, more as a way to just get around the map faster. Now, even though I'm recommending the same star cards for the First Order Jet Trooper as the rest of the aerials, I'm going to explain why. The first card is Acquisition. Enemies dealing damage to you will be temporarily marked for an easy retaliation, from 16 seconds to 22 seconds with a maxed out star card. Not only does the First Order Jet Trooper have better mobility than the rest of the aerials, meaning that he can get to his enemies faster, but his blaster also has splash damage, meaning that you're going to be getting a lot more damage consistently. So this card is just a basic must-have. The next card I'm going to recommend is Battle Hardened, simply because it gives you 20% more health. This card is really simple to use, there's not much to say about it, just use it. The final card I'm going to be recommending is Aerial Training. You gain a small amount of health for each defeated enemy, from 13 health to 50 health with a maxed out star card. This card, again, is really simple. You're getting a massive chunk of your health back for each kill, and so this is going to really help you in staying alive. So that is gonna be it for this video, guys. We have 2 more reinforcement guides left, one on the Catholic Spy and another on the ISB Agent and Ewok Hunter. After those 2, we're going to be going over all the reinforcements in a ranking of them all, which is a video that a lot of you really want to see. You guys love the ranking on heroes, and I'm planning on doing a lot more rankings in the future. If you want to know what's going on, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. I'm currently working on getting my community tab, and once I do, you guys will be able to stay up to date on every upload that's going to happen. But if you want to know more, be sure to join the Discord, where the link is in the description, where you guys can have a chat with me and know what videos are coming up and even help me with making videos. So, thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time, bye, and may the Force be with you always.